And we're back.
We're back. I'm David Clayton. I'm going to be hosting this round of our event this evening. I'm here with Jason Malott, the owner of North of Exile Games in beautiful Penetanguishene, Ontario, as well as the host of this event, and Matthew Clayton, my brother, and co-host for this fantastic charity day-long event. 25-hour day-long event.
25 hours. Enough. We wanted that bonus hour.
Excellent. Well done, gentlemen. For those of you that don't know or haven't been following along to this point in the day, we're raising money for Sick Kids Miracle Network. To this point in the day, there has been $1,284 raised in store and over $3,000 in total, which is pretty incredible, guys. Well done.
Yes, we've hit our goal, and I'm just absolutely thrilled and grateful. I thought we were reaching for the stars and the moon with that, but we did it, which is a great feeling.
It's awesome. Absolutely, yeah. That is absolutely incredible, and I mean, just such a great cause. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so before we get into the challenge here, tell me a little bit about yourselves.
Sure. Do you want me to go first?
Please.
All right, so my name's Jason. I am one of the two owners here of North of Exile Games, a local game store founded right here in beautiful Penetanguishene. Along with my spouse, Janice, we wanted to build a gaming community here. And besides that, I'm a magic judge. I'm a gamer kind of guy. I play video games, all sorts of love for anything fun. That's me in a nutshell.
Excellent.
Yeah, not a terribly dissimilar story. I'm a big nerd, and
you also have a spouse named Janice. We have to talk.
No,
that's
a little bit different.
I'm a little upset.
But big nerd. I love community events. The fact that there is something this amazing, this close by to where I live, made it an amazing opportunity to get involved in this type of thing. I also happen to love being involved in these type of events, more than just in a behind the scenes way. So, very, very happy to be here, especially with what we're doing today.
Excellent. Well, thanks, guys. All right, so we're gonna dig into the first wing here, and then we'll now. You guys have wings. I have cauliflower because I'm trying to work on my swimsuit body.
You're better man than we are.
But we are all working on the same sauces, so we're gonna start from this end and work our way towards the camera, and we'll get into talking about a little bit about the sauces as we go along. So. The first one here that we're going to be trying is called Maple Leaf Hot Sauce, Canadian Maple Leaf Hot Sauce.
I will just try and display this for the camera.
Thank you.
Back there.
All right.
From Pepper Palace. So that's actually a brand Matt's told me good things about.
Correct. It is from the Pepper Palace.
All right, let's start off easy, shall we? Because who knows how bad this mountain's going to get us. That's a crunchy cauliflower. You're getting that good on stream.
Excellent. And it's going to look great in my teeth later, too. I really thought this through thoroughly.
Nope.
Oh, sure, you did that.
All right. So, first question, how did you two meet?
That's an excellent question. Would you like to take that, Matt?
I can field this one. So it was about 8 years ago now. 8 and a bit years ago now. We met at a local game store, not dissimilar to this one, in fact, in a little town called Elmvale, Ontario.
Right around the corner.
Right around the corner, absolutely. We were playing Magic the Gathering, which, of course, is one of the main events that we did here today, a Magic the Gathering event that raised money for charity. And we both seemed to be fairly laid-back people who enjoyed the competitive nature of the game. Neither of us took it too seriously, so we both seemed to get along very well in that way.
Serious enough, but not too serious.
Correct.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I remember vague details about certain times when I first met Matt. I just remember he's just one of those charismatic guys that's easy for everybody to get along with. And it was the really special thing about Matt is he's the kind of guy who's always there if you need someone. And unfortunately, it's been a few years since I crossed paths with Matt. And a few years ago, after about 4 years of not seeing him at all, I put up a generic post on Facebook. I'm moving. Can anybody help me? And out of all the people in the world, this guy is like, yeah, I'll come and give up a day of my life to move heavy furniture. And that's when you know you met somebody that you want to be friends with for life.
Where were you moving from? From and to? What was the distance?
Midland to Penetang.
Midland to Penetang.
No, that was actually Midland to Midland.
Oh, that's right. It was Midland to Midland.
Yes,
2 blocks.
It was almost walking distance.
Oh,
2
right
blocks.
on. Okay.
But with heavy furniture and that, and for him to come out of the blue after 4 years of not seeing him, That's when you're like, I met somebody that I need to appreciate more.
I'm
That's
Canadian.
Yeah.
Well,
You need help moving?
Yeah,
I'll help you.
absolutely.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, no pickup truck, but yeah.
Nope.
Hey, I know a guy that could help you with that.
Anyway,
Shameless plug.
sure. Shall we?
All right. So let's get into the next one here.
Okay. So the next sauce, it's worth mentioning, this is actually quite a famous sauce for people who like hot wings and whatnot. It's the classic sauce from the Hot Ones TV show is where it's made famous from. First
YouTube
released
channel.
Yeah.
Hot Ones YouTube channel. So
And it can be acquired on heatnist.com.
heatness.com. Indeed, that may be where we've sourced it from. So
It may have been.
It may have been.
I'm excited. I've actually never tried this one yet, and I've always been curious, like, how does that first?
How
one
does it
taste?
How does it stack up?
Yeah,
It tastes just
so-
like this.
it tastes just like this.
Is it everything you'd hoped for?
It's pretty much what I expected. Everybody,
Classic hot sauce flavor.
everybody always plays it down when you see it, and they're always like, "Oh yeah, this is nothing," and they talk a lot of trash, and then they die later.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not going to do that?
When do we get into the hot wings?
Ah.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
I will
So.
not be doing any bread. I know
So-
better.
How would you rank your, just before we get into the next question, how would you rank your hot sauce ability?
On a scale of like 1 to 10, 1 to 100.
Yeah, 1 to crazy.
1 to crazy. So before I started doing, because we've done a few hot wing challenge videos and stuff like that in the last 2
We
years.
have?
So before I did anything like that, I was a chump. I would have been like about a 5 on tolerance, but I feel like with the crazy stuff, I maybe a 4 before. But I feel like after some of this crazy things that Matt and I have eaten, because Matt and I are also co-hosts, shameless plug, for a local cable TV show, Game Night in the North, where we play board games, teach people how to play them, and then we vote someone into the hot seat and eat a crazy hot wing at the end. After all the episodes we filmed this year in season 1, I feel like I'm about an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
I can
Nice.
get pretty crazy.
That's good. All right.
Absolutely, yeah.
What about you, Matt?
Before and after, I would call myself maybe an 8.5 or 9 out of 10 for the crazy hot stuff.
Yeah, I'd go along with that. He's definitely like as good as I can get. He can go a little farther on heat for sure.
All right. Right on. Okay, so the next question is why is this cause, the Children's Miracle Network, so important to the two of you? So, Jason, you started the last one. So, no, Matt, you started the last one.
I did.
So, Jason, you start this one.
That's right. It's my time to shine.
Please.
That's right. So for me, the short version of why the it's basically a question of Sick Kids Hospital.
Absolutely.
So for me, Sick Kids Hospital is really important because when I was a child, I kind of inherited the bad genes from both sides of the maternal and paternal sides of my family. And I had some complications with a really bad deficient immune system, and I had asthma and allergies and eczema and all these things. I was kind of like a hodgepodge of all sorts of terrible things you don't really want to be born with. And Sick Kids Hospital, like I had to have an anti-seizure medication as a kid, and there were other really strong, scary drugs. And to balance it all, sometimes they had to ship me down there and be monitored. And I'm only getting the second hand because as an adult, I don't remember. There's a lot of stuff when I was just freshly baked out of the womb.
That's
Freshly
right.
baked.
So, but I've heard stories from my parents that
My goodness.
like there was a lot of times where they needed that extra support to keep me going and functioning right. So, how can you not be grateful for something like that?
Absolutely.
Certainly. And Sick Kids is, of course, important to me because I've had multiple surgeries down there. I was born with a bilateral cleft lip and a bilateral cleft palate, as well as the inability to hear when I was initially born.
Which is a fairly rare combination as a bilateral.
Yes, to have bilateral both it is very, very rare, but a cleft lip and or cleft palate is the second most common birth defect in kids these days. So not particularly rare, but the combination that I had is pretty well the third most severe, and certainly the most common, most severe version of the things there. So I spent a lot of time down at Sick Kids. I was basically down there for once a month, if not more, for my entire childhood up until I was about 16 years old.
Wow.
So definitely very important to me.
Absolutely. All right. So let's get into the next one then. This one is
A contribution.
Porcus Infernum.
Yes. Contribution brought to us by one of our co-hosts here tonight, Mr. Mike Gummel. he brought a delicious, well, supposedly delicious bacon flavored sauce. Let's get the actual label here just so people can see that on the camera there. So,
AKA pig fire.
yeah, so this will be interesting.
Porpoise Infernum.
You've never had this
Wow,
one.
I've never had this before. No, this is all new.
Well, that's exciting. I love it when we do new things.
Absolutely.
Right? Let's push each other and do new things.
Mm.
It's just a nice taste.
Bacon and hot sauce. How can you go wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is. That's impressive. Nice flavor.
Definitely.
All right. So, Jason, you run an impressive store here, as well as a YouTube channel called, strangely enough, North of Exile Games.
Indeed, yes.
Tell me a bit about what you do there.
On our social media and our YouTube channel.
Yes.
So, as I mentioned before, Matt and I co-host a TV show called Game Night in the North. So after episodes have aired on Rogers TV, they're locally in the Midland area right now, but we're actually looking at expanding to other regions in the spring, which is exciting. Probably coming to places like Barrie and whatnot soon. So all of those episodes and all that content goes up on our YouTube channel. Today was our first successful day of streaming an entire Magic event online, which is exciting. We're looking forward to featuring more, locally created content with lots of feature matches and hopefully helping people watching anywhere get familiar with some of our regular players who come out here every week. I'm excited about that.
Very
And
cool.
we just want to try and share our love of gaming with people online, no matter where they are, and try and add a little humor to it. Matt and I both have a good sense of humor, so we always want to mix a little humor into the content when we can.
Absolutely,
yeah. And Matt, I mean, as you've mentioned before, this isn't the first event that you got involved with Jason either, is it?
No, it certainly is.
Can you tell me a little bit about some of the things that you've done?
So not only have I done the 5 Flavors of Flame with Jason, but I've also co-hosted most of the episodes of Game Night in the North, the TV show he was just speaking of.
Would have co-hosted them all, but I couldn't talk you into wearing the women's clothes for the ladies' night.
We did have a ladies' night, so I was not available for those.
Although he does look good in high heels. Long story. Won't tell you about it.
Very true.
But yes, this is probably the 3rd title event that I have done with Jason.
Awesome. Very cool. Okay, next one. We have This is the Sauce. Again, a Pepper Palace sauce.
Yeah, I've quickly grown to be a fan of Pepper Palace.
Yes.
They have a really nice range of sauces.
They really do.
Oh, boy.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Here we go. Oh, we're starting to hit the heat.
And as fellow Canadian Shania says, it only goes up from here.
All right, Matt. You've mentioned spending quite a bit of time with sick kids in your younger years. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. I have had multiple surgeries down at SickKids to do with my bilateral cleft lip and bilateral cleft palate, running me down there for weeks at a time, especially while I was much, much younger. Again, this is all secondhand information for me. I don't recall most of it, but I certainly did have surgeries when I was 9, 13, 17, 19, and even 21 that I was down there for. That they really, I mean, they made the world of difference to be down there. So this is definitely a charity that speaks incredibly clearly to me. And to say that it makes a difference in our community is just vastly underselling what they do, because they're just amazing for what they do.
Yeah, this is true. And I mean, Jason, you're no stranger to sick kids yourself. You've mentioned that you'd spent quite a bit more time down there. Can you get into a little bit more detail about some of the stuff that was it surgeries? Was it, what did you, I mean, again, without getting too personal and getting into too much detail, what did you had to have done there?
I do. For me, it wasn't necessarily surgeries as much as there was a lot of monitoring. I remember as a kid,
Sorry, guys.
That's okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Janice.
Things were on the floor.
Thank you. So the joys of live television.
Absolutely.
Completely unpredictable. Yeah, no, absolutely. We're grateful to have her.
Just like Camera Guy Bill.
Camera Guy Bill.
Okay, back on track. Don't want to drag this out too long. So the question was basically what was I down there for? There was a lot of monitoring. When I was a kid, I had several conditions like I mentioned. So I do remember quite clearly my mom used to have a thick binder where she'd keep track of each medication and what time of day I'd take them. And when you're dealing with a lot of drugs potentially interacting with each other, doing different things, they have to monitor those levels. And there were some times where I guess as a kid, and you're a small kid, you don't always react well to stuff. So sometimes I had to go for a week or 2 weeks down there and just be monitored, and they'd kind of get things back on track. So scary times for
That
parents.
is,
very.
I mean, but no better place that you could think of to have this sort of thing
Yeah,
done.
I mean the fact that we've all came back and lived full lives after.
Absolutely incredible. Yep, for sure. All right, guys, let's move on to the next sauce. Now, the next sauce is Los Calientes, which is another Los Calientes,
Los Calientes.
which is
Say it with a
another
little love.
Los
Calientes.
Calientes.
There we are.
Another one from First We Feast, Hot Ones. They're by Heatonist. It is another sauce that is pretty impressive.
I gotta admit, this is another one because it's so famous. I'm very curious about it, but I'm also very nervous about it because the fourth wing was where the heat for me officially started. We're out of the funny haha level, and we're getting some heat going. And Matt has decided he's gonna
There wasn't enough sauce on
add a
it.
little.
Yeah,
Well, Matt,
mine was
I
a little
mean,
naked.
If we're gonna do it, we're all gonna do it. There we go.
All right then.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, if we're all doing it,
You're
then.
not upstaging me, mister. We're co-stars.
That's
not,
right.
Not just you.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, cheers, gentlemen.
Cheers. Shush you, or I'll make you sit here.
That has got such good flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Like heat
Indeed.
and flavor. It is just such an excellent combination.
Yeah, that's wildly delicious.
It really is. All right. So now that we've turned up the heat, let's ask another question. All right, guys. How does hot sauce tie into raising money?
That's a really good question. May I?
Please do.
So this was probably my doing more than anything. Jason certainly started things off with the 5 flavors of flame, but I didn't think that was, well, first of all, enough flavors of flame, and second of all, the heat didn't go high enough. So I kind of brought the hot wing game up a notch, I guess, from where Jason had thought it was going to be.
Well, I just didn't know enough. Like
True enough.
You taught me a lot about hot sauces.
But I really decided that this was a fantastic idea to raise money for charity because, 1, I love hot wings. 2, I already have a bunch of hot sauces. And 3, people love to see people suffer.
You're not wrong on any of those counts.
Right. So the joy and the suffering that we do with these wings is going to be brought back to the Children's Miracle Network, raising money for people who are going through actual suffering. So this is nothing. We can suffer this for them.
Absolutely, 100%.
Well said. Well said. All right. Moving on. Jason, did you want to add anything to that?
No.
That's-
Honestly, he said it as good as I could. So I'm
All
just
right.
doing a little silent prayer for a second.
True. It's where this goes up.
And I'm picking a good time because this next one, the Wingmaster sauce, I've had some of these sauces before. The brand name scares me. Mango habanero. It sounds, it's misleading. Mango habanero sounds like this could be a delicious fruity treat.
It could be.
Absolutely.
And it could be.
It could be.
But it won't be, Matt. Spoiler. It won't be. It's going to hurt a little.
Mango habanero buffalo style wing sauce.
I mean, we're
Again,
over
from the
peak,
Pepper
right?
Palace.
We're on the back 9 here, so to speak.
So yeah, that's it.
Six,
There's
Absolutely.
We're halfway there.
that's it.
I'm living on a prayer.
Here we go, Bon Jovi.
Okay, I take it back. The initial taste is absolutely delicious.
I was going to say that is a really nice,
That is-
sweet, sugary.
I take it back. That is, I apologize, Pepper Palace. I'm sorry.
Because that is
This
amazing.
is a really, really good sauce.
Yeah. You probably didn't hear me initially, but as soon as I bit into it, I said, "Oh man, this is delicious."
Absolutely.
Hot.
Yeah, definitely got heat behind it. Okay, so at one point in the night, I had heard you guys talk about this whole Extra Life thing. So, can you guys explain what the Extra Life program is, or what the Extra Life thing is?
Yeah.
So Extra Life's been around since 2008, so it's got a good pedigree. There's a lot of years of doing good. It originally started just as a way for gamers, people who love playing games, to rally together for a good cause and raise money for Children's Miracle Network hospitals. And for us, it's Sick Kids Hospital, but people all over North America are doing similar events to this today to benefit hospitals in their area. And as I say, it's been around since 2008. What's that crazy number they've raised over? It's over 50, right?
Yeah.
Over $50 million US raised so far since it was started. I believe I also
That's
read a stat.
incredible.
I'm pretty sure they raised over 1 million just last year alone.
Correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So every year they're growing and it's becoming a bigger movement and just doing great things.
That's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. And today is actually Extra Life Day,
Yes.
where most of their yearly donations come from. It is a typically 24-hour event, as we are doing here today.
25.
25.
25-hour event. Excuse me. Where a lot of streamers, especially on Twitch, where we are currently, as well as YouTube, will do a lot of streaming and showcasting and things like that to raise money specifically for Extra Life on Extra Life Day, which is today.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. So, moving on down the line, we have another Wingmaster sauce. Ghost. Just Ghost.
Just Ghost.
Just Ghost.
On Game Night in the North, we had this same sauce. However, this is the Ghost version. The version we had prior was the Reaper version.
Okay, so all right, because
This
I do
one's a step
remember that
below.
Correct.
the other version we had was delicious.
Yes.
So I have high hopes that this one will also be delicious and painful.
And painful.
Sorry.
All right, let's go again.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, little flower man.
That has some really nice initial flavor, and then just kind of punches you in the face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's that really nice flavor. There it is. Yep, that's getting up there.
Before we go on, I remembered, we definitely want to send a big thank you to the original Wing House here in Penetanguishene. They're only about a block down the street. They do the best wings around, and they've been really supportive whenever we want to do something fun for a good cause. And they donated a ton of wings today, including the wings that you see here. So 150 flavors of wings, and the best burgers in town too. It's always worth mentioning that, when people do good things, you want to make sure that you thank them. And I just
Absolutely.
want to thank the original Wing House for this.
Awesome. Thanks, Winghouse.
Yes, thank you.
All
I'm
right.
hurting, but I love you for it.
So, Jason, what brought you here to Penetanguishene? I mean, other than the beautiful, picturesque year-round scenery and the lovely waterfront views in the summer and the beautiful trails for snowmobiling in the winter.
Well, I knew that I wanted to live somewhere near a really amazing Dodge dealership. And I looked around, and the best Dodge dealership I could find in all of Ontario is the Midland Chrysler dealership. And I was like, you know what? I got to live somewhere around there. But when you ask about Penetanguishene specifically, my spouse Janice and I, we were looking for a place to open up a new game store and help build a community because there wasn't anything in the Midland Penetanguishene area. And when real estate prices spiked, it just seemed like a great time to take that chance and chase your dream. So
Awesome.
that's what we did. We looked around at several locations in Midland and Penetanguishene, and this place here, right on Main Street, Penetanguishene, is just so ridiculously easy for people to find. We had friends come up from Toronto today, and
Absolutely.
they literally took about 3 left-hand turns. They left Toronto, they took the 400 north, turned left on Highway 93, and that's Main Street. Like,
Yep.
you can't miss the place. So,
That's it.
So that's kind of what brought us here, is an opportunity to chase our dreams. And the building was the right fit, the community was the right fit. And like you mentioned, the town it really is a nice, beautiful, picturesque place to be.
Absolutely it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to move right along then, right on to the next one.
Okay. What's our next sauce?
Our next sauce is another Pepper Palace sauce.
Okay.
It is
Oh, boy. It's gonna be
a Reaper barbecue.
Reaper barbecue.
Yeah. So, I mean, it sounds really mild and really tame. Don't let the name fool you.
Yeah, Reaper, yes. of
Reaper,
course,
yeah.
I mean, it can't be that bad. They've got an adorable little animated pig on.
Absolutely.
On the logo, right?
I
Like,
mean,
it's a
how
cartoon.
dangerous could it be?
How can you be scared of a cartoon logo, right? I'm sure this will be fine. Right?
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Okay.
Oh boy.
Again, another one that has really great initial flavor. You get the sweet barbecue flavor sauce. And then instead of punching you in the face this time, it really feels like it's just stabbing through your tongue.
Mm-hmm.
That's,
Yeah.
yeah,
Like little razor blades on the side of my tongue is where it's getting.
absolutely, yeah. Yeah, just right on the corner of my lip.
Yeah,
right about
I
here.
noticed that too.
Yep.
So, all right,
Moving right along.
moving along here.
Woo! Woohoo!
I hear there's a bit of a rivalry when it comes to sports between the two of you. Can you get into that?
I'll start. So, I'm a big Denver Broncos fan.
My condolences.
Yeah. There may have been a Super Bowl in the early 2010s where there was a big power outage and one team beat the other team, but not a big deal. I
And
don't
what were
remember.
the teams?
I don't even remember what the other team was.
Oh,
Neither
Okay.
do I.
It may have been the Seattle Seahawks
No, I don't think that sounds right. I know because they won a Super Bowl. I remember
Yeah.
watching.
decimating the Denver Broncos,
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
57-7.
Yeah, that's right. That was the year we won. I forgot that. Sorry, Matt. I tried to block it out of my memory for you, but now it's all coming back. Yeah. Yeah, 57-7. Yeah, it's a good time. I won a little money on that event too. It was good.
well then.
Yeah.
I mean, not bitter about that at all.
No,
No, it's fair.
I'm not spitting mad about it.
No.
Still,
No,
don't
no.
worry, it's fine.
All right. Any other sports that there's rivalries
Do we have a
between?
rivalry on the
I
nail?
mean, you know, I'm looking at a pillow behind you there that
You mean that pillow?
I do mean that pillow right there.
Right there.
What pillow?
Featured prominently in the.
But no, I'm not a big hockey fan. But I do know that the Montreal Canadiens are garbage. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right then.
Shout out to you, Ed.
All
Ed.
right.
Well, moving right along then.
Thank you.
I can't hold a grudge.
Time's up.
That is the name of our next sauce.
no.
Name
Yep.
of our
Oh,
next
no.
sauce.
Yeah.
Time's up. Reaper hot sauce mustard blend. I mean, this just looks like it's poison.
It tastes like it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know how else to describe it. There's no animated little pig.
For the people watching at home too, we discussed Scoville ratings earlier today. This one's what, 2 million, give or take?
Yep.
Yeah, 2 million Scoville. So we're getting into the oh my god, what have I done to myself zone.
And that's not the top of the list.
That's not. But we'll get to that after.
All right. Well, no
Wait,
sense in delaying the inevitable.
Well, maybe. Do you want to talk? I got time. Anything you want to talk about? Tell me about your feelings.
In a minute.
Oh, okay. Fine. Oh, it's so hot.
There's no hiding this one.
It just gets you.
Yeah, that whole part that I was talking about earlier about the really nice flavor that you got initially.
Nope. Not
That
this time.
is just punch and burn. Just all kinds of hurt.
Yep. That's a good one.
Woo! I mean, good flavor, mind you, but holy damn.
That ran a chill
It might
up
be a
and down my
better
spine.
flavor if it's the first one you've ate of the day.
Yeah.
But when you've already been ramping up, when you're already kind of like
Yep.
suffering,
So, okay, Jason.
okay.
So, why a game store? What was the reason you wanted to develop such a unique culture in this area?
I was already a gamer, and I had met a lot of friends, including, for example, Matt, through playing games at other places. I was really passionate about it, and the dream always was, if things ever lined up somehow, I'd love to quit my job and chase my dream and try and recreate the really cool communities I've seen other places here locally. And then it was really just a simple matter of real estate markets jumped all of a sudden, and we were able to suddenly afford something that we never thought we'd be able to chase before. And we just took a leap of faith and said, let's bet on ourselves and try and make this work.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's all I can talk to.
Mm-hmm. That is just a lot of heat. Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I know, and we're not even done. We're not done yet.
We are not done
We
yet.
should be.
We should.
We really should be.
Nope.
But
I'm getting that medical distress feeling.
if you've been following to this point, you may have noticed that we've been following a similar pattern of sauce challenge question type show. We love you, Sean Evans, and everyone over at the Hot Ones channel. Man, the fact that you do this as often as you have,
You're crazy.
it's impressive. So, if you're familiar with their channel, you know what's coming. If you aren't, you have to check them out. We have here the last dab, Triple X,
Except no substitutes. It's the real thing.
hot sauce by Heatonist. Produced by First We Feast and Hot Ones. This has 3 types of Pepper X peppers. It has the original Pepper X, Chocolate Pepper X, and Peach Pepper X, because one wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
The other ingredients, for those who are interested, are distilled vinegar, ginger, turmeric,
Fire and sulfur.
coriander, cumin, and dry mustard. So,
We're really gonna get that cumin in there. I can taste it.
absolutely.
And magma. Don't forget the magma.
Now, it is a tradition on their show to dab a little bit extra because there isn't enough already on here.
You're lying.
So, I'll leave it up to you guys. If you
Well,
choose...
traditionally on the other show, I'm not going to say names or anything, but on the other show, the host always does it first while he's doing the spiel, right? And then he's like, "Oh, the guest, maybe
All right.
if you want to do it, that's fine." But it's never.
It
questioned
is
with the
a
host.
tradition
Yeah.
that the host adds a little bit extra to their wing. So,
Yeah.
there I go,
There you
adding
go.
a little bit extra to that wing. I mean, I'll leave that up to you guys.
What am I going to do to myself?
And that last one was not hotter than this one. Okay.
Just give me a sec. I'm getting there. I can't see straight. Is there 2 wings or 1 wing here?
Just one.
I'm also
I mean,
actually
that's a
getting
big one.
dizzy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I've done too much.
Oh,
Oh my God.
Made a mistake. Who gave you the bottle?
Oh my God! Here, let's do. Here. So it's all over the wing. I've
dabbed the hell out of that.
All right. Sorry, do we have a final question?
No, I really
Yeah.
don't have anything much else to say other than bottoms up.
like last will and testament kind of final question.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Oh man, I don't want to do this.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. For charity, we should mention this was done for charity.
Again,
Yes,
our
for
suffering
charity.
is nothing in comparison to their suffering.
Yes, we're doing this for the Sick Kids Hospital.
So we can do this.
Oh.
Yeah. That is just a level of insanity. Here, just smell that.
I'm still chewing. My wing was big. That took me way too long to eat.
Wow. Well, cheers, congratulations, and
Cheers. Thanks, everyone.
I pray for your bowels tomorrow.
David, we would like to thank you, of course, for coming out and doing this with us. So again, David Clayton, my brother, Midland Chrysler, thank you so much for your sponsor here.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you.
Jim?
That's the words I'm thinking right now in my head. Just thank you. Did you hear me? I'm gonna thinking really hard at you now.
We are going to
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, I caught that. That started with an F.
we are going to take a momentary break to get a solitaire game set up for Michael Kimmel.